Hey, what really happened that night in Tampa when the lights dimmed and thousands of voices trembled in anticipation? Was it just another concert moment, or something far more personal that left BTS fans breathless and emotional beyond words? Before you dive deeper into this unforgettable story, ask yourself, are you ready to relive a moment that many are calling one of the most heartfelt interactions ever shared between Suga and ARMY? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as you uncover every emotional detail behind this extraordinary encounter that has taken the global fan community by storm. The night air in Tampa carried more than just the echoes of music, it carried anticipation, longing, and an unspoken connection between an artist and the fans who have followed his journey across continents and years. As the concert unfolded with dazzling lights and electrifying performances, no one expected that the most unforgettable moment would come not from the stage effects or choreography, but from something far more human, far more intimate. Suga, known for his calm demeanor and deeply introspective artistry, had already captivated the audience with his powerful presence. Each movement, each lyric delivered with precision and emotion, reinforced why he remains one of the most respected performers in the global music scene. Yet, beneath the polished performance, there was something brewing, something unscripted that would soon redefine the night. As the music faded into a softer tone, the atmosphere shifted almost imperceptibly at first. The roaring crowd began to quiet down, sensing a transition. It was in that fragile silence that Suga stepped forward, no longer just the performer under the spotlight, but Min Yoongi, a person standing before thousands who had traveled far and wide just to see him. His gaze swept across the sea of fans, and for a brief moment, time itself seemed to pause. What followed was not part of any rehearsal, nor was it something choreographed for spectacle. Suga began to speak, his voice steady yet filled with emotion that resonated deeply with everyone present. He expressed gratitude, not in the polished, expected phrases often heard at concerts, but in a way that felt raw and genuine. He acknowledged the journey, the distance, the unwavering support that ARMY has shown him and BTS over the years. Fans who had come expecting a high-energy performance suddenly found themselves holding back tears. Why did this moment feel so different? Why did his words seem to carry a weight that transcended language and cultural barriers? Perhaps it was because, in that moment, Suga was not just addressing a crowd, he was connecting with individuals, each with their own story, their own reasons for being there. The emotional intensity grew as Suga took even more time than expected to engage with the audience. He waved, smiled, and responded to fans' cheers with a warmth that felt deeply personal. Some fans shouted messages of love, others held up signs, and remarkably, he took the time to notice them, reacting in ways that made each interaction feel meaningful. It was as if, for those few minutes, the massive stadium had transformed into an intimate gathering. What made this moment truly special was not just the act of greeting fans, but the sincerity behind it. In an industry often driven by tight schedules and carefully managed appearances, this unscripted interaction stood out as something rare. It was a reminder that behind the global fame and polished image, there is a human being who values connection just as much as the fans do. Social media would later explode with clips and testimonials from those who witnessed the moment firsthand. Many described it as life-changing, others as deeply healing. Some fans shared that they had gone through difficult times and that seeing Suga acknowledge them, even from a distance, gave them a sense of comfort and validation they had not felt before. How often does a concert moment transcend entertainment and become something deeply personal? As the night continued and the energy returned to its electrifying pace, there was a noticeable shift in the crowd. The cheers were louder, the emotions more intense, and the connection stronger than ever. It was as if that brief, heartfelt interaction had created an invisible bond that amplified every subsequent performance. Observers and fans alike began to reflect on what this moment meant in the larger context of BTS's relationship with ARMY. For years, the group has emphasized the importance of their fans, often crediting them for their success. Yet moments like this serve as powerful proof that those words are not merely symbolic. They are lived, expressed, and felt in ways that continue to strengthen one of the most unique artist-fan relationships in modern music history. Suga's gesture in Tampa also sparked conversations about the nature of fame and connection in the digital age. In a world where interactions are often mediated through screens, the authenticity of that moment stood out even more. It reminded everyone present, and those watching from afar, that genuine human connection still holds immense power. As fans began to leave the venue, many carried with them not just memories of a concert, but a story they would tell for years to come. A story about the night when Suga paused, looked into the crowd, and chose to connect on a level that went far beyond performance. A story about how, in the middle of a massive stadium, thousands of people felt seen, heard, and appreciated. And perhaps the most intriguing question remains, was this a one-time moment, or a glimpse into something deeper about Suga's evolving relationship with his fans? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, that night in Tampa will not be forgotten anytime soon. So what do you think? Was this the most emotional moment Suga has ever shared with ARMY, or is there an even more powerful story yet to come? Share your thoughts, join the conversation, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that bring you closer to the moments that matter most. As the echoes of that night in Tampa continued to ripple far beyond the stadium walls, a deeper realization began to settle among those who had witnessed the moment firsthand. This was not just a fleeting interaction, but a memory etched into the emotional timeline of BTS and their unwavering bond with ARMY. What was it about that simple act, pausing, speaking, acknowledging, that carried such immense weight? Why did it feel like something far greater than words spoken from a stage? Long after the final notes faded and the lights dimmed, fans lingered, reluctant to let go of the atmosphere that had wrapped around them so tightly. Conversations broke out in hushed, almost reverent tones, as if speaking too loudly might shatter the fragile beauty of what had just occurred. Some replayed the moment on their phones, capturing every second, every expression from Suga, as if trying to confirm that it had truly happened. In those recordings, one could see more than just a performer addressing a crowd. There was a softness in his gaze, a sincerity in his gestures that spoke volumes without needing elaborate language. It was as though Suga had momentarily stepped out of the role that the world knew him for and revealed something quieter, more personal, a glimpse into the person behind the global icon.